Hey, I'm Mechanical Ninja, and this is my American flag wall art. If you guys saw last week's video, you'll remember that we had to cut up part of a plywood board into 3/4 inch square strips. Well, as a result, I have a few extra strips left over, and since Memorial Day is this Monday, I thought now would be a perfect time to take some of those extra strips to build a decorative wooden American flag. But not just any American flag, a rustic/modern one. What's that? Rustic and modern don't go together? Well, America. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, although I am going to be building mine from scrap wood I have lying around, if you don't have any scrap wood, all you're going to need is one sheet of 3/4 inch thick pine plywood that is at least 18 by 12 inches. But regardless of what route you're taking, we're going to want to start by cutting out 20 3/4 inch square strips. We're going to want 6 of the pieces to be 16 inches long, 7 of the pieces to be 9.5 inches long, and the other 7 to be 6.5 inches long. Just like these. Now we're going to want to give these all a light sanding, mainly on the plywood side because the pine side's already pretty smooth. Like so, and now it is time to start staining them. We're going to want to stain all of the short ones blue, 3 of the long, and then 4 of the mediums red, then the other 3 long and 3 mediums white. Now for stain, what I actually have here is 3 different colors of paints, of course red, white, and blue. So what I'm going to do is pour in a little bit of paint into a foam cup, then dilute it with just a little bit of water to make it more stain-like. Absolutely perfect. This red is a little bit too bright for my liking though, so I think I'm going to pour a little bit of black stain to help tone it down. That is perfect, and feel free to repeat this process as needed for the other colors, but for now, let's get to staining. Perfect. Now that the stain has had some time to dry, we're going to want to take some 120 sandpaper and begin to lightly sand down the pieces to make them look weathered. But the good news is we're only going to have to weather one side of each piece. For the red pieces, we're going to only want to weather one of the pine sides. The white pieces, we're only going to want to weather one of the plywood sides. And then the blue pieces, we're going to want to alternate every other one from pine to plywood. I'm going to sand mine down a fair amount, but if you don't want to weather yours that much, or maybe you don't want to weather it at all, that's completely fine. Oh, I think that is looking mighty fine. Now we're ready for the fun part, starting to put it all together. To do this, we're going to want to glue them together with some Titebond wood glue and then nail them down with a few nails from the nail gun. Of course, making sure to put them together weathered side facing out. Now, if we wanted to, we could of course glue and nail this together into a perfect rectangle like this, but that is more boring than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So instead, what I'm going to do is stagger these blocks so they're a little offset and misplace them. That should not only add personality and make it look awesome, but also work quite well with the weathering we did. So basically just put them together however you think looks best. Let's get started. Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. That is starting to look nice. Now there's only one little finishing touch we need to do to help make this look more realistic, and that is add in the stars. How I'm going to add in the stars is to just take this little drill bit and begin to poke into the blue, revealing the white of the wood. Since there are 7 blue strips, that means we're going to need about 7 shallow holes per strip to equal 49. Granted, that will be one short of 50, but I mean, it'll look close enough, and honestly, who's gonna sit there and count them all anyway? Oh wow, I really like those. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to come out, but I'm quite pleased. So finally, all that's left to do is to flip this thing over, drop in the small screw at each top side, then wrap some picture hanging wire around them. And with that, our flag is done and is ready to flap in the wind. Or hang on a wall. And so there you have it, how to build a decorative wooden American flag. But hey, thank you so much for you guys watching. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please feel free to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And Lord, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and please feel free to subscribe.